Well, today, guys, exciting news. I'm here in Knoxville, Tennessee, and I'm actually at the manufacturing facility of the Cold Creek Spa. You know I'm a huge believer in Cold Creek spas, in icing down your horse's legs, getting that inflammation out of their legs. I use it on my horses every single day. Well, today I'm picking up my Generation 4 Cold Creek Spa. Okay, so I'm very excited about it, but not only that, I'm going to walk you guys through, and I'm going to learn it for myself, exactly how the spas are made, what goes into them, and the technology that they use. So follow me, guys. Daniel, how are you, mate?
I'm good. Yourself?
Good to see you.
Thank you for coming in.
So this is Daniel Dossett. Daniel, you've been with the spa now for Cold Creek Spa from the very beginning, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
That is correct.
And basically, this thing has kind of just taken legs of its own. Is that, it started with a bet with Randy Massey, the owner, and myself, but I said he couldn't build a better spa that's out there, and he said he absolutely could. And this is where we're standing 4 years later.
I think he took your bet on, and I think he's done so.
He does. He absolutely has. So listen, I'm very excited. Is that my spa there in the background?
It is, but we're going to hold off on looking at it for just a minute.
Well, let's tell us then. Show me then and the viewers how a spa is built from the very beginning, mate, to the very end.
So
this is station one here?
This is station one. This is where it all really starts. We get our materials off the rack.
So that's raw material right there?
It is, yeah. And everything is 304 stainless. The sheeting and the tubing, everything is stainless. So we start right here.
And you use the stainless mainly just so it won't rust, correct?
Correct.
Right.
Corrosion. We saw our materials, we put them on pallets, which we'll see in just a little bit.
So basically you cut a whole spa up on this machine. Everything you need for it, or not?
Everything minus the sheeting.
Okay.
Your walls, your floors come off of another piece of equipment here.
Okay, so all of the framework gets cut here.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So from here, what happens next? Where do we go?
So from there, we're going to actually go to our fabrication area.
Yeah. Where
they do the layout and make sure everything is to spec based off the prints that we have. This is really where things come together. Okay. You're going to take the raw steel that you have.
So everything that we just saw that got cut, the first workstation is here.
Correct.
Okay.
So it's going to come over here. They're going to do their layout.
So what is this here? What are we looking at here?
We are looking at the base of the spa. This is what everything builds off of.
Man, look how heavy duty it is. So these two big tubes in the center here, that's for the forklifts, correct?
It is. So that's a 4x8 tube, 1/4 inch thick.
So see, this is what makes Cold Creek Spa unique in the fact that it's extremely portable. In the past, all the spas, and I've had a couple of the other brands, not only one did they not work very good, but the biggest pain in the ass is you couldn't transport them. Yeah, you couldn't move them around. This, if you sell your ranch or move ranches or have a summer place and a winter place, you can just pick the spa up with a forklift and move the whole thing. Everything's included.
Correct. Yes, that's correct.
Okay, that's why you build this so heavy duty, correct?
We do, and we know, a lot of water weight and a lot of horse weight. Yeah. And it's going to take abuse.
Yes.
So we have incorporated these chain tie downs in the last several spas that we've done. One, it helps us move them and transport them once they're on a trailer. And then, if you move ranches or you have a summer and a winter place, chains, slide in, pull. You can pull it 4 ways, and it just hauls really solid.
Good stuff. So Daniel, once we get done here, what's the next stage, mate?
We're going to build the walls, but before we build the walls, we got to cut the sheet out over there on the water jet.
Right, show me that machine, mate. So Daniel, what is this machine here? What's it called?
This is a water jet. So it takes high pressure water and abrasive and cuts a wide range of materials: stainless, carbon, aluminum, rubber. We cut out our rubber floor mats and sidewalls for the spas. But what we have on here is our sidewall sheeting that we're getting ready to cut out.
So show us how it works then.
All right, let's go over here.
So is this the brains of the operation?
It is, yeah. So this is where you take your drawing and you really make it to life right here. You'll draw it, you'll make a path for it, and then you select your material and hit go. So
all the name tags on my stalls are made out of metal. You guys get them. Is this how you do it?
It is, yeah.
So it can do big stuff as well as small, intricate type stuff?
It can, yeah. Whatever name you send us, we punch it in there, it spits it out, and then
Righto, well, show us how it cuts. So what's it doing right now, Daniel?
Yep. So it is taking high pressure water and abrasive, and it just pierced a hole in it, and now it is going to the drawing that we told it to cut. So whether that's a wall, a nameplate, a floor for a spa.
Does it keep reusing the water?
It does not recycle the water.
Okay.
No, we have this machine pumped 2 to 3 times a year.
So it's a foot or two deep of water here.
Yes, sir.
So basically, you take out any human error. Once you plug this in, there's no way it will not cut it exactly what you want.
It will do whatever you tell it to do.
How thick a steel can it cut through?
It will cut an anvil in half.
Truly.
We have cut 2-inch plate on this machine before.
That's amazing.
Again, it'll cut steel, stainless, rubber, plastic, wood. You take your pick.
Why is it bubbling like that? What does that do?
So you see these grates right here? Basically, your cutting head is going right across it right now, and it's just trying to find a way for the water to go instead of straight down.
Okay. So Daniel, where are we going to next, mate?
We're going to take that sheet that we just cut, and we're going to put it on that wall.
Righto. So basically, everything has a very much a set order to how you're doing this.
It does.
So Daniel, what station are we at here?
So this is the wall of the spa. There's 2 of these on your spa, right and left, and this is all built out of the same steel that your base
all stainless steel, the
all
whole
stainless steel, yes sir. 3/16 wall, brushed stainless for aesthetics, and every bit of this is TIG welded.
So 2 of them, it goes up then. And is this the only thing you build on this table is the walls?
No, back and forth. We build doors, we build head gates, water boxes. We build everything on these tables right here.
Okay, Daniel, you've explained how the walls get put together. How do we get the walls and the frame put together? What happens now?
Let's look right here.
Righto. So this is starting to look like a spa now, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
So you got your base floor that we did there.
Yep.
We've got our walls that we did there, and now you're just putting it all together.
We do. So we've got the base, the walls, and then they've started to put this outside framing on. This is your mechanical side. This is where your pumps, your filters, your electrical panel, and your doors go.
Talk to us about the insulation here, this spray foam insulation.
So this is spray foam insulation that we've been using. Keeps these walls from sweating on the outside when you have, the 36-degree water in the spa. Try to hold every bit of temperature that we can and not lose it.
Okay. So just moving around the front here, obviously horse goes here. And what's going to be on this side, mate?
This is going to be for insulation and our water tank. This is where we store and hold the water for the spa.
Is the actual water tank insulated as well?
It is. So we insulate the walls, we put the tank in, insulate all around it with 2-inch.
So every open cavity is basically got insulation in it?
Yes, sir. We do that and all the piping.
That's interesting. Very good. Well, it's starting to come together now as a spa, isn't it? How much time to just get to this part, if you had to average it out? Like how many hours of work? 20 hours to get us to this, 30 hours?
You're probably looking somewhere 50 to 60.
Yep.
We can get to this spot really quick. But it's when we go to start finishing all the corners and then the plumbing side and really trimming it out is where we get most of our time in it.
Perfect. Okay, mate, where's the next station we're going to go to?
So we're going to go to the plumbing and wiring station.
Righto. Okay. Explain what this is.
So this is actually a custom version spa. There is not an attached water tank.
So normally the water tank would be on this side, correct?
Right where those pipes are coming out.
Why did they not want the water tank there?
So their aisleway in their barn was not wide enough, so they're going to put the holding tank inside of a stall.
Okay, so if somebody's got a little bit restricted area, you can walk with them to a point to try to help them out, correct?
We can, and we will.
Yeah, that's awesome. So this is very much coming together as a spa now, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, so this is completely skinned, insulated.
All the doors are on it.
All the doors are on it.
See, I just love how heavy duty everything is. Just the weight of it all. The weight of it, the doors. Okay. So this would be what, 3/4 finished?
Correct.
You've got the holes cut for all the bubbles and all the water in the bottom. Tell us about this side of it, the mechanical side of it.
So, as you can see, we've got wires sticking out of it. We have our electrical panel in there. We have our pumps, filters, valves, everything. As you can see, it's been plumbed, but has not been insulated.
How will you insulate all this?
Yeah, so well, you can see right here, there's an insulated fitting. We put straight fittings. We try to cover everything that we can to try to reduce the amount of sweating.
Okay. That's really nice.
And then we have to run all our wires to our pumps.
So how many hours are we typically to this stage?
You're looking at 180.
180, okay. Righto. That's very interesting. I love just how heavy industrial, everything is just industrial strength. Nothing's cheap.
Nope.
Daniel, is this the last stage?
This is. And,
this is my brand new spa here.
It is. Completely wrapped.
Very pretty, very pretty. So for somebody that buys one of these, these are all vinyl wraps, are they?
It
all
is.
This, okay. So you can put their own logos on it, their own ranch,
picture,
everything.
logo.
Oh, you can actually do photos on this too?
You can.
Photos, print, all of it. So we're in the mechanical side of this. So this is what I want to get into a little bit here. Man, it's clean. Explain the different filters, because in the spas in years past, that's always been a big sticking point for me, is that the filters were kind of junk and they would always clog up, and not only that, they would never really filter it as much as they wanted. Yeah. You guys have done something different with this. Explain the whole filtering system.
Yep. So we have a basket on our pump. You know, it's going to catch your large debris, etc. But this guy right here is really what helps. This is like a backwash system, and it does not cost anything to clean it. You don't have to replace anything, etc. You can clean it daily. You can clean it weekly. You can just watch as it starts to fill up. And then we have this, which is an extremely fine cartridge filter that catches, I mean, minuscule.
So really there's 3 filters. Like the old spas we used to have years ago are just one filter. Now you've got 3.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Each part of it is easy to get into. My spa now, I've had 3 years now from you guys. I've had literally 0 problems with any of it. The only thing I've had to do is every few months we have to replace that actual filter.
That's correct.
But we can hose it out in the meantime. We hose it out like once a week and then we use it back. But that's about the only thing. I've had 0 mechanical troubles, and that's the biggest thing to me, is the old ones were always breaking down. You guys have made this industrial, idiot-proof, easy to use. So this is all the insulation of the pipes you were talking about?
Yep, so that keeps those pipes, when that cold water is running through it, keeps them from sweating and making just a big old mess in the floor in your facility. Righto,
let's go around the other side here. Let's talk about some of the other things in it. Man, the white came out real pretty. What do we got here for a panel here? Explain to everybody how you use the panel.
So this is your control panel. This is where the magic happens.
Set the temperature there?
You set the temperature. Let's say that you want 40 degrees. You want 38. You put it to where you want it, and it's going to keep it within 3 degrees, period.
Okay. I usually keep mine about 36.
Okay. So still, you can come through here, and we have our presets. You know, if you don't.
So this is what once you preset the horse's name, it'll fill up 12 inches, 15, 18. It'll actually fill up to whatever height you tell it, and then the machine will shut itself off.
It will.
Correct? But the old ones, you had to stand there and wait till it got to the right height. Literally, once we put a horse in here, we just press the horse's name. Go back to the one where you put the horse's name in.
Yep, so right here.
So you put the horse's name in here, then go back to the last screen. Once the horse's name in, then where do you set the hocks? Okay, this one. This screen here is where you set it all.
So right here is where you actually create the profile.
Put the horse's name in. Okay. Next thing you do is the depth. Let's do 20 inches. Time, 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Yep.
And then go back to your auto screen.
Yep.
Hit mode.
Yep.
There it is.
It's done. So that way when you put in the same horse every day, this saves a lot of time, because the other system you would have to wait a good 10 minutes to, maybe a little longer, by the time it filled up and drained.
Yep.
This, you put them in, like we stand with them for the first week just to make sure they're safe and they're comfortable, but they get very safe in this thing very quickly. After about the first week, once we load them in there, we just press the start button, put the horse's name in. Well, horse's name's already in there. We just pick the horse's name, hit the start button, it fills up, and we just walk away.
Correct.
And when it shuts off after 20 minutes, it drains.
It does.
That's huge. What do we got here?
So e-stop, that's, you know, if you ever get in an instance where you need to shut all power off to the machine, you can hit that, and that is a newer version of what we used to use.
Doors look very similar here. Love it. Rubber floor. Okay. Very heavy duty. I love all this. Come around the side here, Daniel. So one thing I don't think people understand, because I've had this question quite a bit. So this is our water tank, correct?
It is.
People think, I've had people ask me this, do you have to have it hooked up to a hose all the time? Explain to people that no, you don't have to have this access to water. So explain how it works.
You don't. So basically that's why we have our filtration. You know,
so you fill this tank up one time.
You do. You fill this tank up one time, you get it to temperature, and then when you start running your cycles, your spa time, when the water comes out of the spa, it goes through the filtration system and then returns back to this tank to be used again.
Okay. So typically what we do is we'll replace our water maybe every couple of months.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's really, it keeps it so clean we don't need to.
It is.
So probably every 2 months we drain it. That's a feature that we love, how easy it is to drain. We just turn the knob and it just drains out, and then we fill it back up again. So we only clean ours, we only freshen up the water about every 2 months, and we're using it every day.
Yeah.
You know, 10 to 15 horses every single day. And now a lot of that also depends on whoever the groom is cleaning out the horse's feet. If they're lazy about leaving shavings in their feet or manure or dirt, obviously the filters will pick up more. Okay, but we're pretty particular, and plus we want the wash rack to be very close to the spa if possible. Sometimes you can't get it that close, but the closer it is to the wash rack, the less dirt and debris you're going to pick up on the way back.
Yep,
you know?
hit the nail on the head.
Okay, all of this is completely insulated, so it's not going to freeze.
Correct.
Right,
not going to freeze, going to reduce the amount of sweating.
What do we got going on here? So these are actually, before we move on, this is where the forklift picks it up.
Yes.
This is, to me, the real a major benefit to this spa is you can move it.
Yep.
If you sell your ranch, you move training facilities, take the spa with you. So what do we got here?
So these two valves right here are where we hook the chiller up to your holding tank.
Okay.
That's where the warm water goes in and the cold water comes back out.
Yep. Now, does this chiller always have to sit at the back? Ours sits at the side of it.
It is, yeah. So what we can do is we can pull these chiller hoses around.
So they're a little more flexible.
Yes, sir. And we can move them this way if needed.
Okay.
What we try to work around everyone's scenario.
Yeah. So before you deliver it, you'll have an idea. You'll have photos, dimensions of where it's going, etc. Explain to me the new feature you've got on this one about being able to hose a specific area on a horse's back.
Yep. So right here, you can hook up a short garden hose, and you can lightly turn that on.
Okay.
And then if you have an upper hip injury, etc., that you want to put some cold water on, you
just stand there and do it. See, what most people don't understand is this cold at temperature, 35, 36 degrees, it's got to be from the knees and hocks down.
Yeah.
It can't be touching their belly and put a lot of cold on their organs. Now, there might be an injury on their, say, stifle, for example, or, you know, the upper gaskin muscle, or even on their neck, that for a certain amount of time, you just want a little bit of cold water on that. That's what that does, correct?
Yes, sir.
That's a pretty good feature. That's a really good feature. And it just gets recycled again.
It does, because it gets dumped back into the spa.
Yeah, I love it. Really, really good. It's just a clean unit. So what about, how do people deal with delivery, Daniel? What are they responsible for as far as how do we get the spa to them? Is that a big pain in the ass? How does that work?
No, it is not. So we will coordinate that, you know, when, where.
Yeah.
We can schedule forklifts. As long as you have an electrical disconnect on the wall and a water source close enough to fill it up, that is all we need, and then obviously an aisleway large enough to drive this into place.
So I saw this year's Run for a Million, the top 5 cow horses in Run for a Million, the top 4 trainers, 1st through 4th, have Cold Creek spas.
They do.
I made a prediction 3 years ago that in the next 10 years, if you're a performance horse trainer in the reining, cutting, cow horse industry, if you do not have a spa, you will get left behind. The next big jump on competition is keeping your horses sound. Keeping them healthy, keeping them sound. I wouldn't try to train a horse for these industries anymore without this.
No.
It's been that much of a game changer. It has cut my vet bills back by 2/3. It is literally a game changer. I have virtually no lameness issues anymore. And these are professional athletes, just like footballers, tennis players. They come off the field, they get in an ice bath, they ice their elbows, ice their knees, ice part of their foot, ankle. This is what we're doing for the horses. Years ago, Daniel, we used to use this as an afterthought, meaning the horse had a tore tendon or something wrong with it. We'd use this in rehab. Now we've figured out, why wait till he tears his tendon? Let's start using it first so he doesn't get the tore tendon or doesn't get the sore hocks or the knees, etc. The fact that you can ice down all their joints from their knees and hocks all the way to their feet is amazing. I had a mare 2 years ago that I bought as a yearling that had some navicular issues, some navicular changes going on. I knew that. I got it pretty cheap because of it. And we put her in that spa. Typically, I don't put my horses in the spa until they turn 3. Like the 2-year-olds aren't really being ridden that hard. Mm-hmm. Once they turn 3, they get a lot more intensity of work. And so from 3-year-old older, I put them in the spa. This particular filly, because I knew I had a problem with the navicular bones, okay, I put her in the spa from the time she was a 2-year-old on. We re-x-rayed her front feet 2 years later. They were better than what they were. With 2 years of hard work, I am convinced that this spa improved her navicular. I'm a firm believer. Nothing else could reverse it. You know what I mean? It didn't reverse it to be perfect, but it sure got a lot better. Normally, Daniel, in horses, the more you ride them, something like that will get worse.
Yeah.
But I was religious about putting her in that spa 6 days a week. Love it. Okay, mate. Well, listen, you guys, I've lost the bet to Randy. That's as simple as it gets. I don't know when he's going to want a payday. I think the payday was a steak dinner and 10 of his friends. I said he doesn't have 10 friends, he only gets 7. But I owe him a steak dinner. You guys have actually changed the industry here. Talk a little bit about the seals here, how this all works, and the pads.
So the pads, that just helps protect that, because they'll paw at the door.
Yeah.
And then
a lot of them will play in the water a little bit. Yes,
they do. And a lot of times, they're doing that because they love the air.
Yeah.
It just depends on.
So it not only provides cold water, it's actually blowing bubbles through there too.
It is aerating the water.
It's literally like a human spa.
It is. The seals, same seals that you have. We've not had any issues with them so far.
Yeah, they've worked really well.
They have.
Yeah, that spa of mine, I've had it 2 years now. I had a generation 1 for a year. Mm-hmm. We made improvements to the. I've had this. Then I had the 3rd generation. I've had that for 2 years, and this is the 4th generation.
Yep.
Any particular other changes you think you'll make in the future?
I see some changes that. I don't know if we want to let that cat out of the bag.
Okay,
yet.
Right. Well, it looks like, you know me, I always want the latest one, so it looks like I'll be back again.
Yeah.
I love it. We always shut the doors. When we put them in, especially because we don't stand there, we always shut the doors. Yeah, I've never had an accident with it. The thing that horses love about this is that we get done riding them, they're tired, they're sweaty, they're hot. We hose them off and we put them in here. So this is like they get their air here. They get to relax, they get their air back. They want to get in this thing. This is not hard to get them to train to stand there and relax. It's very quickly they figure out, okay, over there I get walked, in here I get oxygen and soothing on my legs. So it's not hard to get them used to this.
No.
Yeah. Daniel, thank you so much, mate. Next part of it, I suppose I'm going to see you in the next week or 2, and you'll be out at my ranch and we'll be setting this sucker up.
We've got it.
Right, I look forward to it.
Their hearts thunder for us, their flesh and bone pushed to lift us higher, carry us faster, and stop on a dime. And when they've had a great ride, they deserve a great recovery. They deserve a Cold Creek. Cold Creek Spas offer state-of-the-art 35-degree aerated saltwater therapy, proven to reduce injury, speed recovery, and keep them at peak performance. Cold Creek Therapeutic Spas. This water is for winners.
Okay guys, it's been a couple of weeks and Grant and Daniel are heading to the ranch to drop off my new Cold Creek Spa. Well, good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Clint.
How are you?
Good.
Good to see you.
How was the trip out here, all right?
It was great.
Great. Good to see you, boys.
See you.
Grant, good to see you. Daniel, good to see you. Well, here's the old spa. We kind of give it a little bit of a clean up, dust up, but that's the one we got to replace. And here's my brand new Cold Creek Equine Spa. You guys are going to be busy. How long is it going to take you to set up?
Probably all day.
All day?
It'll take us all day,
Right,
yes,
I'll
sir.
check in with you. I'm not going to help you, but I'll check in with you. I'll see you at the end of the day, boys.
See ya.
Bye, mate. Well, Daniel, Grant, you've been here all day. Is it finished?
Yep.
It is.
Very good. Ready to put a horse in?
Whenever you are.
Let's have a look at it. Really come out nice, didn't it? The wrap. Now, my old spa, you've taken that now, and what are you guys going to do with that now at home?
We're going to take it back, refurbish it, make sure everything's clean and tight on it, and then whoever is the purchaser,
Yeah.
we'll do a vinyl wrap just
So they
like
can,
what you've
on my
done.
old spa, they can have whatever custom wrap they want to do on it, colors, all that kind of stuff
Yes.
as part of it. Okay.
Yep.
So that'll be a hell of a deal then. So you just basically go through it from start to finish, rebuff everything, go
Yep.
over all the parts, completely refurbish it from head to toe.
Yep, it'll be almost like a new unit.
Yeah, really nice. So if anybody's interested in my old unit, I had it for 3 years. It was absolutely wonderful. There's a hell of a deal there. Contact Cold Creek Spa on that. Well, I'm going to start putting horses in it. I just love it. I love the extra stands on it. I love the new wrap on it. Thank you, gentlemen.
Absolutely.
You guys keep my horses sound. Without this Cold Creek Spa, my vet bills would be double. You know what I mean? They have been in years past because these are professional athletes, and being able to put them in this cold water at 35, 36 degrees for 20 minutes every day after we ride them, it tightens up their legs, it keeps out inflammation, it cuts down on arthritis. I mean, this spa is a game changer. Any trainer that's in the performance horse industry that doesn't have these in the next 10 years will not be able to keep up with the trainers that do.
Agreed.
Good deal. Okay, mate, thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
gentlemen. Drive carefully back, and again, if anybody's interested in my old unit, contact Cold Creek Spa, talk to Daniel, look at the number on the bottom of the screen, and he'll be happy to tell you all about it. Cheers, guys.
Ever wanted to own a champion? Clinton Anderson, world-class horse trainer and competitor, has been spotting and developing promising horses into greatness for decades. Now, he is offering an exclusive ownership opportunity to create champion horses. Introducing Clinton Anderson's Performance Partnership. In this exclusive program, you and Clinton will co-own a top-tier performance horse that will be meticulously trained and cared for by Clinton Anderson himself. This isn't just an investment, it's a first-hand experience of horsemanship excellence. With Clinton's help and advice, you'll choose the horse that resonates with your ambitions, and Clinton takes the reins from there. From training to stabling, from the practice arena to the winner's circle, Clinton's unwavering dedication ensures that your equine athlete reaches its full potential. This partnership is about more than business. It's about a shared passion for equestrian excellence. And Clinton Anderson isn't just your trainer, he's your partner, fully invested in every horse's success. Together, you'll share in the excitement, the prestige, and the profits. Membership is strictly limited to ensure each investor receives personalized attention and commitment. It's your chance to be part of an exclusive equine ownership community that combines the excitement of competition with the satisfaction of success. Don't miss your opportunity to join Clinton Anderson's Performance Partnership, a unique collaboration that transforms dreams into equine champions. Experience the heart of horsemanship excellence Find out more at ClintonAndersonPerformanceHorses.com.